As we get to the end of our morning, I want to end really where I should have started, and that is to say thank you to a variety of folks. The first group is our Chicago Urban League team. I get a chance to work every day with an incredible staff of individuals, starting with my boss, Calmetta Coleman, and going to each and every member of the Urban League team. If you're standing, raise your hand. If you're sitting, please stand. Please join me in thanking the I also want to thank our board of directors because they allow me to work with their team. You heard earlier from our incoming board chair, Dr. Suzette McKinney, but we have other board members who are in the room. Aletha Newman, who is going off of the board, Joe Gregoire, Steve Sherman. If I missed any of you in terms of our board members, but I still want you all to stand as well. Oh, and Jim Sledge. I'm sorry, Jim, from Comcast. I also want to thank each and every one of our sponsors, particularly our title sponsors, ITW, CDW, Intel, and Loop Capital. Thank you to our sponsors. And then we were graced today, and I don't know if she's still here, but you heard Professor Harris Perry talk about a prior HUD director, HUD administrator, Diane Shelley, was with us today, and we are so grateful for her parent presence. I believe she may have gone, but HUD just came out with a paid report that talks about the appraisal gap in home ownership. If you haven't seen it, read it. But I want to thank Administrator Shelley in her absence. This morning, and I'll close with this. This morning as I was reading Cranes, there was an article that talked about the departure of Boeing and Caterpillar and the impending departure of Citadel, or the threatened department of Citadel. And it quoted Mr. Griffin as saying that one of the reasons that he was leaving was because some of his staff members and colleagues were uncomfortable about the violence, as we all are, that is occurring in Chicago and, quite frankly, cities across our nation. And something just occurred to me when I read that, and that is that I hope that you have heard something today that makes you uncomfortable. And I say that because, everybody wants to talk about the symptoms. Violence, health inequities, income inequities. No one really ever drills down and discusses those issues, the underlying issues that give rise to everything that we see. We are really seeing the results of 400 years. 400 years of castigation. everyone thinks that somebody ought to do something. Well, I would suggest that somebody is us. So whether it's you as an individual, or whether it's you as someone who has influence over an organization. And I suspect that many of us are a part of many organizations. Whatever that is, let's do something. And so that you won't leave here and think, yeah, what is it? I want you to commit to doing something in writing. And so we're going to invite you to submit an idea on our website. You can also do it by going directly to SHI-UL Wealth Equity and come up with your thoughts, your idea of what not just you can do, but you leading and influencing others can do to reduce the racial wealth gap. Because not only does it benefit those who find themselves on the lower end of the spectrum, but it benefits society as a whole. We all win. Now, what better incentive can you have? You don't even have to be altruistic. You can just want to win. So what's your idea for ensuring that everyone wins? Lastly, I want to invite you. Now we'll do and have many things in between, but I want to invite you to join us on November 5th, just across the river, at the Sheraton for our 61st annual Golden Fellowship